Hey everybody, my name is Jim and welcome to FSD Driver. Today we're going to be going over the Tessie application. This is a third-party application. You have to link this up to your Tesla account so the API can be used. I love this application. I use it 90% of the time. It is Tessie. You can get it on any Apple or Android device. You can actually get it on a Windows application as well, and then you can get it from a web browser. And this is a really cool application. You can also use this as a key. So if you have an iPad, you could use your iPad as a key. If you have an Apple Watch, this is the big one, you can use your Apple Watch as a key for your car through the Tessie application, which is really cool because right now Tesla doesn't have that. They said that they're in development for it, but right now it does work. It's been working for about a year, and I do use my Apple Watch quite a bit when I forget my phone in the office. I have to run out to my car, get a laptop or something. It unlocks my doors right there from my watch, which is really cool. Now, I just wanted to show you guys this application and just let you know a couple things. Uh, this is not a replacement for the Tesla application. You still need that for your account, service, appointments, and viewing live view in your car. So those are the biggest things why you still need to keep your Tesla application. This is a companionship application, and I use this about 90% of the time because it just offers more features and things like that. So let's just get into it. First thing we see is a nice background. It shows us our temperature, weather, all of that type of stuff. We also have these quick icons right here, or category icons. These are things that we can do very quickly. This offers more on the front screen than what Tesla does. Tesla offers 4. There's an Easter egg of 5 if you know how to do that. But this gives you a lot more. And today I'm just showing you on an iPad. You can see all of this is the same stuff Tesla has, but the one thing they added is you can unlatch all of your doors, or you can unlatch like individual doors for passengers, which Tesla, you can only unlatch the driver's side door. Now, that was made because things in Minnesota, where I'm from, colder states, they were icing over and people couldn't get their car doors open. So Tesla was like, okay, just bang on the door handle. And then somebody was like, hey, maybe instead of hitting people's cars, we should just engineer a software, fix that can unlatch their door and then they can get in and don't need to use their handle. So they released it. They only released it for the driver's side. Tessie was like, why would you do that? Release it for every door, because what if you have passengers? And so that's why I really like this application. It has that feature as well. Now, this app is really data driven. If you're a data driven person, if you want to know more data on your car, get this application. It's one of the best ones out there. I'm going to show you a couple things that you can do with it that Tesla can't really do, starting with alerts. So Tesla obviously gives you alerts, but they don't give you as many alerts. So we have all of these alerts for general, we have alerts for driving, we have alerts for charging. Now, Tesla is adding this little part here at the bottom, not plugged in. So Tesla did not used to warn you that you were at home and your car was plugged in. Now Tesla does, but this app already had that in there. And you can also set some other things in there as well, which is really cool. Now, one of the favorite things of mine is maintenance. So we always forget about maintenance on our car. I can't tell you, when I got my car, I never even thought about changing the cabin air filter or like putting in a HEPA filter, retrofit, or any of that type of stuff. Also, don't use my brakes, so I don't think about them. But this application actually gives you reminders. And one of the big things is when I got my Tesla, people were telling me, hey, you're going to go through tires a lot quicker. And I was a little bit worried about that. And they're like, you'll be fine as long as you do your tire rotation every 5,000 to 6,000 miles. So what I was doing was I set up my trip odometer to 6,000. And then when I hit that, I would rotate the tires. The problem with that is, yes, you can set that up as a little trick, but it doesn't give you a notification. And so what I've been using this app for is in the tire rotation, I can actually set this up, and I actually am due for a tire rotation. I get a notification on my phone saying, hey, man, you should really change your tires or rotate your tires out. And now I have an action that I can do because I got that notification, which is great. So that's why I really like the alerts in this application. The other thing that I really like in this application is I like the automation, the fact that they give it to you and that you can set it up however you want. And there are so many things that you can automate here. And you can automate it one time, you can set it to a schedule. It's really cool and intuitive. So that is automation, they offer it. Schedule. Schedule is the exact same thing that's in the Tesla application. And if whatever you write in the Tesla application for your climate preconditioning, off-peak charging, or your charging, just know it will overwrite whatever's in this application, and vice versa, because it's your car and you're just pushing data to it, right? You're saying set the schedule here. So if I were to go on my phone right now and change the departure time from 4:20 to 4:50, you would see that actually get updated in real time in this application. So just be aware of that. If you're going to set these things, either set it in the Tesla application or set it in this application, and all that data will just transfer over. You don't need to set it up in both. Now, the biggest things here are drives. I like to see drives. Right now, I can basically see where the car was, how long it took to get there, how many miles, how much battery percentage was used. And what I can actually do is I can come over here and I can tag things in them. So if I wanted to look at some of this data and say, hey, I really want to like tag these things and see if I could get like maybe better performance if I drive a little bit slower or something like that, you have this data right here for you. There's also a map and an analytics. You can see distance, energy used, all these cool things that somebody like myself might want to see. Now, the best part about all of this, if we go back into drives, is you can export everything out as a CSV file. So you can actually parse this data in like an Excel spreadsheet, which I think is really awesome. The other thing is battery. We're going to jump over to battery. Here in battery, we can see our percentage, everything like that. We can start a charge, open the port, set our charge limit. But we can also click on this little health icon at the top right corner. It's this little heart. And what we can do is we can see our overall battery health, which is really cool. So we can see our battery degradation. We can see our capacity, our max range, and our charge cycles, which is something Tesla doesn't really offer. Now, I do want to I want to just fair warn you about this. Take everything you see in here with a grain of salt. I have no idea if it's 100% accurate. I have a lot of questions for the people at Tessie and how they create these measurements. Battery health, it's a little concerning for me, because when I started using this app a year ago, it told me that my battery degradation was at 12.9%, and my car's only 4 years old, and I've only had it for 1 year of my own ownership. And so I don't know how it's gone down. Like, my battery degradation has actually gone down to 9.6%. Realistically, in the real world, that should always be going up, and my battery health should always be going down because it's getting worn. The other thing is capacity. Now, this shows the fleet average, but you need to understand this is the Tessie fleet. It is not the Tesla fleet. Tesla doesn't like publish that information. They don't show you like this chart in Tesla. I wish they would, but this is every car that's basically enrolled into Tesla and is collecting data on people's Teslas. So what it does is it creates the Tessie fleet average, and then it shows my measurements in the blue dots. And you'll notice again, the discrepancy that I have is, if we zoom in here, I was below the fleet average for a long time, and now I'm above the fleet average. So again, it really doesn't make that much sense unless they're including energy efficiency into this chart. And what I mean by that is, for 1 year, I charged my car with a normal 12-volt outlet that you can find in any home in North America. I did that for 1 year. I wanted to try it for 1 whole year. I ended up doing that. But you'll notice I started jumping above the fleet average over here about a month ago when I actually switched over to my level 2 charger. So this indicates to me, based off of these things, is that maybe they're calculating an energy efficient, and that's why you're seeing this loop, because realistically, This should always be on a downfall, a steady downfall of your battery, just like the curve in the fleet average. That should always be on a steady decline, but mine is a U shape. So it really, again, I would need to talk to somebody to make sure that this works. And then we have charge cycle counts that we can see. It looks like I have 279 cycles on my battery. Tesla batteries are rated for at least 1,500 cycles. So there's some data there as well that you guys can see. So this is the Tessie application. It's really cool. It's really fun. I urge you guys to just go try it out. I'm not sponsored or anything by them. I'm not, yeah, I have no association with them. This is just an app I've been using probably for about a whole year now, a year and a month. And it's just been really nice. And because they have all these quick toggles and stuff on the phone app, I just end up using it more, and I can see the temperature and everything really quickly at a glance. Where in the Tesla app, it either doesn't have it or you have to navigate to go see where things are at. So anyways, if you guys are interested, I am going to eventually buy a lifetime membership of this. It's $200 today. But if you guys want to buy a monthly membership, feel free to use my referral code right here. This would really help out if I could get 10 people to subscribe to probably one of the best apps that I've used. I could get it for free for a lifetime as well. If I can't reach it by the end of this month, which is totally fine, I'm just going to end up buying it anyways. Right now, for the first year to try it out, I bought an annual membership, so my membership is coming due. And there is also a monthly fee as well. So if you want to go monthly, you can do that. Go to the Tessie website or download the app. They'll label the prices there. I know prices can fluctuate, so I'm not going to say what they are right now. But go to their site, check it out. Anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you guys have a good one. Peace.